Welcome my dear students. In the last class we have learned about a two-dimensional array program. This two-dimensional array program we have learned, right? So this program we have learned multiplication of two numbers, right? We have multiplication of two matrices. This program has defined. Now we will see one more program. It is a symmetric or not symmetric program. This is also very important. Maybe this program is in your maybe this program is in your lab, I think so. We'll see. Let me see what is the symmetric matrix or what is a non-symmetric matrix. Okay, so let me copy and I will explain. Let me take a notepad and I'm pasting here. Actually, what do you mean by symmetric and what do you mean by non-symmetric? Yes, what do you mean by symmetric matrix? Yes, let me take one example. Yes, let me take one example. 1 2 3. This is a 3 into 3 matrix. Please observe here. This is the 3 into 3 matrix. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is a matrix, right? So let us see. This is the principal diagonal. Okay, this is the principal diagonal. Let me take here. It is insert shape. Let me take this. Okay, this is the insert shapes. In the shape, let me take this shape and let me take this, right? So what it is called? It is called okay, anyhow you are understanding, right? This 1 5 6 1 5 6, this is called as the principal diagonals. If the principal diagonals consist same values, then it is called as a symmetrics. If it is not consist same values, then it is not symmetrics. Okay, got it? Yes. So if you want to see the definition of symmetric matrix, please observe here. You are identifying here symmetric matrix. Symmetric, where it is not there. Is it a symmetric matrix? No. 3 6 3 is not a symmetric matrix. Is observed here. Let me take back the symmetric matrix. Symmetric matrix example. So let me take here symmetric matrix. If the transpose of a matrix is equal to itself, okay, so please observe here 1 2 5 is there. If you transpose, row become column, column become row, row become column and column become row. Even if it is done, if the principal diagonal is the same, then it is called as symmetric matrix. Okay, let me check here. Let me check here. 173 here. 173 is there. If you do this, it is not there. So it is giving wrong. No problem. See, what is the symmetric matrix? If the principal diagonal is of a same values, even if you done the transpose of a matrix, What is the transpose of a matrix? Row become a column, column become a row, right? 1 2 3. If I think it is a matrix A, then if I transpose it, it will come as 1 2 3 and 1 4 7 here, right? 1 2 3 here and 1 4 7 here. Row become column, column become row. 1 4 7 2 5 8 3 6 9. Got it? So likewise it will come. We will see this program how it will come. Okay, hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, next void main, and now let me check. First I am declaring 3 variables. As you know, what is the purpose of this ij? If you are using ij, means you are having nested looping, okay, and n for entering the n number of element, okay. And next you are defining the name of the matrix array variable. It is a 2-dimensional array. If you are getting ij, means it is a 2-dimensional array, right? Here you are taking the matrix as a array variable with the size 10 and 10, with the size 10 and 10, right? So you can store 10 rows of 10 rows and 10 columns information. So in this, first I am writing one output statement, enter value for n. So we have to specify the size of n, how many elements you want to store, how many elements you want to store. Got it? So for this I will take it as a 3. Let it be finished with 3 rows and 3 columns. 3 rows and 3 columns. Got it? So for this we have to read the value from the keyboard. So to read the value from the keyboard, we are using scanf. Okay, so scanf %d %n, right? So now you are reading the value from the keyboard. I have assigned it as a 3. Now let us see what we are doing here. Okay, this nested for loop is for read and store the values. This nested for loop is for to read and store the values. For example, let us check here. For I is equal to 0, I less than 3, condition true, it will come here. For j is equal to 0, j less than 3, condition true, it will come here. I am writing one output statement, enter value for matrix %d I comma j. So what is I value, j value? 0 0. Matrix 0 0 location we have to store value. To store that value we have to read the value from the keyboard. So I am using scanf function %d ampersand matrix of I j. Got it? So after execution of this, then where the control will go? Control will go here. J incrementation, j become 1, j less than 3, condition true. You are reading value of 0 1. 0 1 location you are storing one value. Okay, so this is the scanf to store the value, to read the value from the keyboard and store the value in this location, 0 1 location, right? So next control will come here. Control will goes to the j incrementation. Now it become 2 2 less than 3, condition true. It will come here, enter the value of a matrix 0 2. So 0 2 location we have to store a value from the keyboard. So I'm reading the value from the keyboard and I'm storing the value in matrix of 0 2 location. Got it? Yes. So afterwards it will come here, j incrementation 2 plus plus, it becomes 3 3 less than 3, condition false, it will skip. Okay, if skips it will come here. Now I becomes 1 1 less than 3, condition true. Once again it will enter into the inner for loop, j is equal to 0, j less than 3, condition true. Once again it will ask for enter the values for 1 0 location we have to store, right? For example, please observe here 3 3 rows 3 columns. How many elements we have to supposed to save? We have to supposed to store 9 elements. 3 rows 3 columns, we have to store 9 elements. Got it? So that is why it will repeat until unless you read values of 3 rows and 3 columns, right? This is for loop is, this nested for loop is used for to read and store. Now this for loop is for processing. This for loop is for processing and displaying. Okay, let me check the same for loop I am writing. For I is equal to 0, I less than n, condition true. For j is equal to 0, j less than n, condition is true. I am writing this logic. Okay, so what is the logic of a symmetric? This is the logic. If matrix of ij is not equal to matrix of ji, okay, matrix of ij is not equal to matrix of ji, then if this condition is true, it is not a symmetric matrix. If the condition is false, then it is symmetric matrix. Got it? Yes. So please observe here. For example, I'm storing, for your understanding purpose, okay, I'm storing 1 2 3 4 5 6, sorry, 1 2 3. Let me store 4 1 sorry 1 2 3. I'm taking 1 2 3 only. Okay, let us take these locations. So I have read the value and store. This is the location of 0 0 0 1 0 2, and this is the location of 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 2, and this is the location of 2 0 2 1 2 2, right? So now let us check this condition. Okay, now 0 0 in 0 0 location is not equal to 0 0. What is the location? 1 is not equal to 1. Condition false, it will skip, right? It is getting as a symmetric. Once again it will come here 0 1 0 1 1 0. What is 0 1 value? 0 1 value is 2. What is 1 0 value? 1, right? Yes, 1 0 value is 1. So now is not equal, condition is true, hence it comes as not symmetric. It is not symmetric. Got it? So 1 2 3, fully principal diagonal has to come the same values, right? It has to come same values. To get the same values, let me give all 1 1 3 1 1 3 and 1 1 3. So even if I take this principal diagonal 3 1 1 1 1 3, it should be same. Okay, yes, let me run this program and we will check this program. Now coming here, get ch, and I will explain. Okay, file, go to the save, and ensure that we are storing in appropriate location, right? Where we have to supposed to save C drive, turbo C3 is there, bin is there. I'm giving symmetric dot C, right? Save it. Okay, now let me come to my editor. Where is my editor? Yes, here it is, my editor, right? I'm opening C++ editor. Now start turbo C++. Now I'm opening my file. What is the name of a file? Symmetric dot C, right? What happened? What is the name of a file we have stored? Symmetric dot C. Yes, it is symmetric dot C, right? So F3 sy mme tric dot C is not there. Why? Let me take open. Let me check. Is there? Not there. Let me check here. Bin. Is not the turbo C3 bin project. Let me change with another name. Let me take it as I'm saving as a1.c, a1.c. okay, I'm ensuring that turbo C3. Save, come here and Open here, alt enter. Let me close all windows and let me open. Now this is a1.c. This is our program, right? Yes, let me check. Okay, alt F9, control F9. So it is asking for that. I'm entering 1 2 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. It is not a symmetry. Got it? Why? Because 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 is there, principal diagonals are not meeting. Got it? So let me modify with alt F9. Let me take 3. Is given wrong. Control F9, 3. I'm entering 1 1 2 2 1 2 2 1 2 2. It is also not a symmetric. If it is not a symmetric, yes, let us see here the program transpose of a matrix. Also check for symmetric. We have to transpose it, as you know. Please observe here 1 2 3 4. If I enter 1 2 3 4 after transpose, okay, 1 2 3 4 becomes 1 3 2 4. Row become column, column become row. So this diagonal is said as, if it is the same, right principal diagonal is the same, then it is called as symmetric. Otherwise it is not as a symmetric. Okay, clear? Yes. So to understand this concept, we are explained here. Let me take 1 2 3 4 for 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, for 2 rows and 2 columns. Let me compile. Just a minute. 2 rows 2 columns. What is that value? 1 2 2 4. Right, it is a symmetric. Why it is a symmetric? The right diagonals are same. Got it? Yes, if the right diagonal is the same, then it is called as symmetric matrix. Are you catching my point? Yes. Okay, so if I get right diagonal for 3 rows 3 columns, you have to enter 3. You can give 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 2. So hence it is not a symmetric, right? Whether it is a symmetric? Yes, it is a symmetric. Clear? If you enter 1 2 2 2 1 2 2 2 2, so it will give symmetry. Got it? Let me run once again for 2 rows and 2 columns. 1 2 2 3. Okay, symmetric. 1 2 2 3. So right diagonal is same. Hence this right diagonal is the same, then it is called as symmetric. Okay, yes, got it? Yes. So this is called symmetric matrix. So how it comes? Please observe here. It comes here, it is asking for enter the value of n. I'm entering. It is 2 rows for 2 columns. We have to find whether it is a symmetric or not symmetric, and we have to read and store elements. For that it will come here, right? I'm pressing F7, and F7 it is asking for enter the element matrix of a 0 0 location. So we have to read the value from the keyboard. Now it is asking, and it comes here. Okay, I have to give value of n as 2 rows and F7, and it is asking for the element of a 0 0. I'm giving it as a 1, and I'm pressing n, and once again it is asking, pressing F7. Okay, it is asking for second row. I'm pressing F7 and coming here. It is asking for another row. I'm giving the 2 because for symmetric, and I'm coming here F7. It is asking for reading the another value, right? Enter. Now it checks whether it is symmetric or not symmetric. It is entering into the nested for loop. It follows the logic, right? 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 is the same. Yes, true. If it is true, it doesn't comes here, right? Once again it will come here. Let me make F5. Yes, now you are seeing here, right? F7. Once again it is entering here 1. 0 1 is not equal to 1 0. Whether 0 1 is not equal to 1 0, 1 is 2 is not equal to 2, condition false. If it is false, it is printing as symmetric. Got it? So once again it will print that it is a symmetric. Okay, yes, clear. So likewise it will execute. For understanding this, please observe here I am taken 1 1. If it is a 3 means you have to make here also 3, right? So 3, sorry, is not coming here. 3 here, we should do 3. Got it? So right diagonals, if you observe here, this value is the same, then this right diagonal value is the same, then that matrix is called as right symmetric matrix. Sorry, symmetric matrix, not as in a right symmetric. So the logic for is, this for loop is for to read and store, and this for loop is for processing. What is the logic for finding the symmetric matrix? You have to check matrix of ij is not equal to matrix of ji. If this condition satisfies, then it is not symmetric. If the condition is not satisfied, then it is symmetric. Okay, if the condition is false, then it is symmetric. If this condition is true, then it is not symmetric. Got it? Let me check here. Okay, once again I am doing, let me do for 2, I am giving 1 2 3 4. Okay, 1 2 3 4. 2 3 is equal? No, it is acting as a not symmetric. Clear? Yes, hope you are understanding this concept, right? So this is the logic we have to supposed to follow in your program. So that is your program. We will see more about this program in your lab. Okay, now let us come to the multi-dimensional array. Till now we have learned one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array. Now we are moving to the multi-dimensional array. In multi-dimensional array we have more than 2 subscripts. If we have more than 2 subscripts means more than 1 square bracket. If it is consist more than 2 square brackets, then it is treated as a multi-dimensional array. Let us see what is its format. What is its syntax? Its syntax is data type space array name followed by s1, s2, s3, s4, s5 and so on, sn. Okay, here si indicates size of the ith dimension. Okay, so for understanding, let me take one example here. Let me take, we do not know if 2 square bracket is exist. Please observe here, don't take this third one. Okay, let us understand from right to left. Let us understand from right to left. Let us understand these two values. What is this? As we know, if it consists of 2, first one indicates rows and next one indicates columns, right? So 80 rows, 6 columns of a table, right? So this indicates number of tables. Okay, so here what does it means? Int marks of 286 indicates 80 rows, 6 columns of 2 tables we required. Okay, if you want to create 80 rows, 6 columns of 2 tables, then you are declaring multi-dimensional arrays. Got it? Clear? Suppose if I give one more 2, now what does it mean? Now it means 80 rows, 6 columns of 2 tables of 2 times required. Okay, I required 2 tables which consist of 80 rows, 60 columns of 2 times. Okay, clear? Yes, 2 times I am getting. Clear? So that is the multi-dimensional array. That is the multi-dimensional array. So here some of the programs are there. This program displays the sum of two matrix. This is a summation of two matrix, and already we have done, I think so, or else we will do now. Okay, no problem. We will do summation of two numbers and a transpose of a matrix. So transpose of a matrix, here two programs are exist. Let me take these two programs. Okay, let me copy first. Right, so as you are seeing, summation of two number matrix means, as you are seeing here output, so this is matrix A and this is matrix B. In matrix A, matrix B, we have to do summation. How to do the summation? Rows versus columns, right? 4 plus 7, 11, 6 plus 3, 9. Okay, 4 plus 7, 11 I am getting. 6 plus 3 I am getting 9. 3 plus 4 I am getting 7. 2 plus 8, actually 11, here it is missed. 2 plus 8, 2 plus 8, 10, correct, right? So this is the summation of two matrix. This is a matrix 1, this is the matrix 2. As we have learned this concept in your lower class, now we are seeing how we will code for this. Okay, let me copy this program and I'm making new file and I'm pasting. You will understand what we are exactly doing, right? So this is the summation of two matrix. Here we are defining matrix array of two-dimensional array, X for one matrix, Y for one matrix, and sum for another matrix. Okay, and it is a two-dimensional array, hence we have take these two counter variables. Compulsory we are having nested for loop, right? First, it is clearly given that two matrix, the size is already specified. Got it? Enter values for matrix 1. First I am writing one output statement, enter values for matrix 1. So now I am writing nested for loop to read and store. What is the purpose of this nested for loop? What is the purpose of this nested for loop? To read and store in first matrix. Got it? So for that I am giving for I is equal to 0, I less than 2. Why I am taking 2 here? Because in the question it has given two matrix, sum of two matrix of two dimension, right? If the size is not specified, we can make it as a 3 also, 3 or 4 or 5 and so on. Got it? Yes. Now I am reading a value and I am storing 0 0 location, and reading a value 0 and 1 location. I am reading a value 1 0 location. I am reading a value 1 1 location. Clear? Got it? You have understand this concept, I think so, right? Now I am writing the same for loop for reading the matrix Y. I have to read and store in Y. Okay, got it? Same nested for loop. Same nested for loop for read and store in X, and same nested for loop for matrix 2, and I am storing in Y. Now I am writing the same nested for loop for the summation. For I is equal to 0, I less than 2, condition true. For j is equal to 0, j less than, condition true. If it is true, it will enter years. Before that we have to assign here 0. If you don't assign the 0, then it will give garbage value. Okay, let me see. I will explain in your program mode. Sometimes it will give garbage value, unwanted values are coming. So let me check here. Now x of 0 0 plus y of 0 0. Okay, that is what exactly your 7 and 11 4. Here it is consist of 7, here it consists of a 4 value, right? You have seen in your 11. Got it? And it will be processed the same of x of 0 1, y of 0 1, x of 1 0, y of 1 0, x of 1 1, y of 1 1. Got it? So till that loop will be continuous. Till that loop will be continuous. This is the logic for adding two matrix. Okay, after processing, what we have to supposed to do? We have to display the output, right? To display the values, I'm giving here percentile 3D, right? The same for loop. Please observe here, same for loop. you are using your scanf for read and store, you are using the scanf for read and store, and you are processing, and afterwards you are displaying. Same for loop, instead of scanf here you are printing printf. Okay, after the first row it will moves to the control moves to the next row and it will display the result. Clear? Let us see this program. I'll save, and I'm saving here. I'm ensuring that I'm saving in correct path. So I'm storing in turbo c3 bin, either turbo c3 or turbo c4. Okay, and I'm giving it sum dot no mat sum dot c, mat sum dot c. Okay, yes, let me check. Now I'm already opened here my editor. I'm opening here. I have to open my file. What is the name of the file? Sum mat.c. What it is not there. Sorry, matsum.c, right? Okay, f3 matsum.c. So this is our program. Okay, so what is the purpose of this nested for loop? To read and store in first matrix. Got it? That is your x, and we are writing the same nested for loop for read and store for y, for read and store for y, and we are writing the same nested for loop. Instead of scanf we are processing. What is the processing? Sum of ij is equal to x of ij plus y of ij, but here it gives an error. I already told you. Let me check. Okay, after the processing every information we are writing the same nested for loop. The sum of both matrices are to display the output. Okay, same for loop. Instead of scanf we are writing the printf, where the result is stored, sum of ij, right? Here it will stores. Let me check. Compile. Alt F9, no error. Control F9. Yes, we have to enter matrix 1. I'm entering 1 2 3 4. I'm entering the values for matrix 2. 1 2 3 4. 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 2 4, 3 plus 3 6, 4 plus 4 8. So it is displaying 2 4 6 8. Sometimes it will give garbage value. Okay, not all the times. That is why I told you. Okay, so sometimes it will give a garbage value. If a garbage value is not present, then you can directly process like this information. Okay, yes, now fine. Yes, okay, so that is your program. And last program, matrix, transpose of a matrix, right? So for example, you are entering 6 7 8 9 8. So transposing means you have to make row to column, column to row. Got it? Row to column, row as column, column as row. Got it? So this is your program. Let us copy this program and explain. Okay, file, new, and paste this. Let me check. This is a one-dimensional, two-dimensional matrix only, rows and columns, right? And here we are entering elements for one matrix, elements for one matrix, right? That is why we have taken here int a of 10 10. We have specified the size, and ij nested for loop mn for columns, right? Here we have to specify the size, row size and column size. That is why we have taken m and n. Now here first I am displaying output, and also I am displaying one output statement. What is the output statement I am displaying? Enter the size of a matrix. So we are entering the size of a matrix. To enter the size of a matrix from the keyboard, we have to use the scanf. I have to enter m size and n size, m row and n column. I am entering 2 rows 2 columns. Okay, that's enough, right? Now I am entering the values from the keyboard to store in that matrix. Okay, yes, for I is equal to 0, I less than 2 condition true. For j is equal to 0, j less than 2 condition is true. We have to read the value and store in 0 0 location of matrix A. Okay, 0 0 location I am storing 1, and once again j will be incremented. J become 1, 1 less than 2, 0 1 location we have to read and store one value. I am storing 2. Okay, 1 2. Next it is coming here. Now j becomes 2 less than 2 less than 2, condition false, it will skip, it will come here, I increment, now I become 1 less than 2, condition true, it will enter here, 0 less than 2, condition true, here it will come here, 1 0. So scanf means you have to read and store value from the keyboard. So whatever the value I am reading from the keyboard, I am storing in this location. In which location I am storing? 1 0, that is 3. Okay, and once again j will be increment. Now j become 2 less than 2, 1 less than 2, condition true, I'm storing 1 location. Whatever the value you are reading from the keyboard, in which location you are storing? 1 location. So from the keyboard I am giving 4 will be stored in 1 location. Next j will be increment, j become 2 less than 2, condition false, right, it will come here and once again comes here. Now I become 1 plus 2 less than 2, condition false, it will skip. Got it? So this is for read and store the elements. Now I am transposing. Okay, so to transpose of a matrix, while printing you will make as column. Got it? Yes. So here I am doing for I is equal to 0, I less than n. What is n? Column. What is m? Row. First I am writing the column and next I am writing the row. While displaying also same thing. Okay, j and I. Not as an ij, it is j and I. Got it? Yes. If you did this, you are getting your output as like this. What is this? Trans dot c. I'm storing and I'm coming here and I'm alt enter and F3 trans dot c and I'm compiling alt F9. One warning is there, function should return a value. Why it is not a void main? Yes, it is not a void main. Let me take it as a void main and save it, compile and run, and it is asking for the size 2 rows 2 columns and 1 2 3 4. So what is the output? 1 3 2 4. 1 2 3 4 I have entered. I am getting 1 3 2 4. This is the transpose of a matrix. Okay, hope you understand this concept. I think so, right? Okay, now that is the end of this chapter. In this chapter we have learned about the importance of an array, how to declare an array, how to initialization an array, what is a one-dimensional array, what is a two-dimensional array, some of the important programs related to the arrays, and also multi-dimensional arrays. Okay, hope you understand this concept. We will meet in the next class.